Kreishan. And we sound like Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother.
All right, guys, again, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. Yes, I am wearing my Boy George hat right now because everybody was picking on me. So I'm going to wear my hat, and I'm proud of my Boy George hat. So I'm going to wear it proudly today. We are going to talk about 90 Day Fiance. If it's your first time here, I'm Noel LaGrasso. I am wife of Big Vito LaGrasso, former WWE superstar, and I happen to be an aficionado on reality television. Yes, that's right. Reality television. I had a podcast with Vince Russo called Spilling the Teen Mom Tea. Then I went on to Spilling the Reality Tea. And now I am here for your personal group therapy for 90 Day Fiance. And I'm going to be having different people on the show, and we're going to have different people come on and talk with everybody. And I'm really happy to be here with you guys. And I'm really, really, really proud to have a wonderful show right here on the Big Vito Brand Network. So the first thing I'm going to want to talk about is Angela and Michael. Angela and Michael finally got married. We had two parts of the wedding. First part, we had a full-on show where we were able to enjoy the wedding and Angela's green bra showing underneath and her veil, but it was really sweet. She didn't want to say the words obey, but she got them out anyway. And hopefully they can obey a little more. She can obey a little more since she really slams Michael. But the thing that was kind of the pull down of this part of the two parts here of the episode was Angela's mom got sick and was rushed to the ICU. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Angela's mom is a 5-time cancer survivor. And she was battling the last portion of cancer and pneumonia. So, she unfortunately passed away, but Angela got there in time to see her before she passed away. And I read online some people were really, really critical of Angela going to Nigeria when her mom was so sick. But her mother wanted her to go. Her mother wanted her to be happy. And I've discussed this with my husband, and he was saying sometimes when people are sick, they don't want you there when they pass away. They know it'll be very, very difficult on you, and they don't want you there when they pass away. And I think maybe that was the case. Angela always took care of her mother. I think her mother wanted her to go and get married and be happy because moms always want the best for their kids. So I think that's what happened. I think she wanted her to go, and she went and she got married and she got to say goodbye to her, which is very, very fortunate. But, you know, overall, that woman was a fighter, 5-time survivor of cancer. So, you know, that's tough, man. It's tough, and it's tough to lose a parent. So my thoughts are with Angela. This actually happened a little while ago before COVID. So, you know, she had passed away. I'd heard about it, but I didn't say anything, but I'd heard about it then. So unfortunately, she did pass away. And now we are dealing with bringing Michael over here with the visa that's the spousal visa. Now, it can take so many months, and there's a rumor that Michael is already in the country. Now, they do post videos on Instagram together and things like that, but I think TLC keeps that pretty wrapped up. I don't think they let a lot of people know what's going on. I know they keep Big Ed under wraps. I know they keep him under wraps, but I don't think they let out a lot of information. But the rumor on the street is Michael is in this country, and they said it would take about 8 months. I was a little surprised when I heard that rumor because there is a lot of blockage of these type of visas right now in the United States due to the COVID issue, and the president put like a block on people coming over. Nigeria is one of the countries. So hopefully it's good news for them, and hopefully they'll be able to come over and join together and be happily married. Now, I want to move on to, thank you very much for the cheers. Greatly do appreciate it. Feel free, guys, to join in the conversation if you have any questions or you heard any rumors. As the show continues on, we're going to have guests from the show come on. We're also going to bring you guys on. So if anybody feels like on a Tuesday night they want to come on and they want to gab, come on and talk with me. I'm happy to have you guys here, and I always appreciate the sharing of bits. So thank you very much for the bits. Moving on, I want to talk about Andre and Libby's wedding. This was another big 2-parter episode. The wedding was amazing. Rumor has it was a $30,000 wedding that the father paid for. Chuck took out of his pocket and paid for it now. The wedding was great. I really think the breadsticks from Olive Garden deserve that dance of the bread that they were doing before it came in. I totally believe Olive Garden should present your breadsticks in that manner. I mean, it might just be me, but that's how I feel. They need to present the breadsticks with respect. But here's the thing. The brother Charlie is so jealous. And he was sitting there and he's pounding back the free champagnes. Well, not free. His dad paid for them, but they're free to him. And he's sitting there with that stink look on his face and then had the balls to get up there and say, don't come back to my country and live off my father, this and that and the other thing. And I thought to myself, if that was my wedding and my brother, I'd have knocked him out. Libby may be a little bit of a classier dame than me, but I'd have knocked him out. I don't play that game with that, don't do this, don't do that, yelling at the wedding. Now, I'm not an Andre fan by any means. I mean, my friend South Philly Neen, who will be with us next week, she thinks he's hot. Hot don't buy a lot, baby, because you know what? We all age. We all get older. We all get wrinkles. We all get this. We all get that. If you're not nice and we can't have a good time, you don't need to be next to me. So Andre, yes, he did all the right things at the wedding. He made amends with her father, Chuck. He took Charlie aside, took him for a little walk and said, we may never get along. We may never be on the same page, but tonight for our beloved, my wife and your sister, we're going to try to get along with each other and we're not going to do this here. But the best line in the entire episode was, you going to fight me in Moldova? Like that seriously needs to be on a t-shirt. You're going to fight me in Moldova? I'd have fought him in Moldova. So props to Andre because I'd have knocked that dude out. And they act very, very like, this is such poverty and this holier than thou attitude by Libby's family. To me, that surprises me that they act that way. Her father has been arrested previously. He did not pay child support, so he was arrested. There also is things about his financial information that had got around about buying mortgages and things of that wasn't on the up and up. Charlie himself, Mr. Good Time Charlie, at the wedding dancing after he told everybody off at the wedding dancing. He's been arrested for not only DUI, but substance arrests as well. So you're going to come to this wedding and you're going to act like you're better than him. But don't throw stones at glass houses, bro. Nobody's better than anybody. You're at your sister's wedding. I think you should have showed a little class. If you guys think so, put something in the chat. Let me know what you think that Andre should have done. If I was Andre, I don't think I would have been as gracious as to say, oh, hello, hi. Yeah, I'm not going to fight you in Moldova. No, I'd have fought in Moldova. Let's just put that out there. I'd have fought in Moldova. Okay. That's not cool by any means, messing with somebody's wedding. I've heard a lot of people that get in a lot of fights at weddings. We didn't have that at my wedding. My wedding was peaceful. Me and Big Vito had a great wedding. It was peaceful. Nobody fought at our wedding, but I've had friends that have had brothers get out of hand, and usually it has to involve with a little bit too much alcohol. So I think that's kind of what went down in Moldova. But honestly, when you're an American and you go abroad, don't judge people. Don't say, oh, poverty. Oh, look, they're eating this, they're eating that. Well, maybe that's their custom. You know, like I said, we don't bring out the breadsticks at Olive Garden with the whole dance, but they bring the bread out with a dance there. So maybe it's just a different place. Maybe it's just a little bit of a different place. And you guys should respect that. Respect different cultures. Don't come over there and point your finger and say poverty. So Libby's family, get a grip, y'all. Okay. She's married to him. Now, 2 times she's married to him. They've had 2 weddings. They have a baby. They're trying to live their life. You got to respect that. Cut Andre a break. He may be an ass, but cut him a break a little bit. Libby deserves it. Libby deserves good things. They have a beautiful baby, and congrats to them on their 2nd wedding. All right. This is the one that gets me, guys. Colte and Debbie had a throwdown. Colte, he seems to think that maybe his woman problems are his mom's fault. He tried to tell her that maybe if she didn't hover so much, if she wasn't so, I'll do your laundry, I'll wash your dishes, maybe women feel like there wouldn't be such competition with Debbie. But the thing is, why doesn't Colte take responsibility for Colte? he doesn't say, okay, well, maybe I don't get women that maybe I culturally understand, or I pick these women for this reason, or I do this. He specifically wants women from Brazil. He's, you know what, maybe Colt, you need to slow down and meet a nice girl and form a relationship. He even said he went to meet Larissa and he hadn't met her, but talking to her online. And here he is going, hey, Larissa, let's go get married. I mean, his last girlfriend, who has already moved on and gotten married, his last girlfriend already had names picked out for their children. Don't you think that that was a little fast and far, Colte? Like maybe you should kind of look at yourself before you look at Debbie. And Debbie relies on him. He has said that his mother has some type of disability that they didn't pan out into, and he takes care of her, and that's fine. But she takes care of him. You're an adult man, Colte, and your mommy's doing your laundry and doing your dishes still. So I think maybe the problem here isn't just Debbie, but maybe you should look at your whole situation. Maybe you should go out to a bar or go out to a restaurant or try to meet somebody that maybe you understand a little better. And he has been still riding Larissa, because the big news this week is that Larissa got arrested by ICE. That was over the weekend. She was moving with Ericky over to their home in Colorado that they just built. Or maybe she says Colorado. I don't know. I haven't heard her say anything yet. But she was on her way out of Eric's apartment when ICE showed up to come and arrest her. And they did. And she was arrested. And a few hours later, she had put out a video that said, hey, I'm fine. Icy treat me good, all these kind of things. And that, but then today TMZ broke that things are not good. She was picked up in preparation to be deported. So a deportation is apparently already in effect. And rumor has it, from several sources, that Colte has pulled his sponsorship back from her. And that is possible. Usually I tell people, and I just had done a 90-day Fiance show over the weekend for the Vince Russo brand. And I had said, it's very difficult to pull back your sponsorship from somebody. We've seen some of the couples that have gotten married, and like Mohammed and Danielle, and Mohammed takes off and Danielle's holding the papers for sponsorship. But Colte has a loophole. Colte has a little loophole, as in he has been a victim of domestic violence for Larissa. We know there was an arrest, and we know she went through the cases and everything like that. But this could be a loophole for Colte where he can pull that sponsorship back, where he can say, I am a victim of abuse for the person I had sponsored, and I would like to pull that sponsorship back. Could this be what happened? Could this be why ICE knocked at her door? They knew she was moving to Colorado and they didn't have her forward location. Yes, it is possible that this is what occurred. So we're only going to have to wait and see if Larissa gets deported. And speaking of Larissa, she had made $100,000, according to her, in cam money. She is doing this soda cam or cream cam or whatever it is, and like a fans only type situation. And she has claimed to make $100,000 on 1 hour cam session. Now on our group over on Facebook, and if you're not on it, jump over to your Facebook and join 90-day Fiance group therapy. I shared a picture, a screenshot of this cam thingy that she's doing, that she claims to make $100,000. And I don't know, guys, I'm a woman. We're kind of not like, we do the cams. We kind of don't necessarily watch the cams. I would not pay to see somebody in a cam video, but like, would you guys, like, seriously, hit me in the chat, let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in doing. I have no interest in being a cam girl of any kind. I was accused of that one time, but I've never been a cam girl. Would never do it. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine it. What do you do? Like, you just stand there and take it all off, or do you dance? Like, what is that? But the pictures were pretty risque. She was showing off her new boobies and her new fessy. So we got to see it all. She does have a nose like Michael Jackson. And I'm not anybody, I broke my nose twice, so I'm not anybody to talk about anybody's nose, but Maybe an episode of Botched is in her future because that was a pretty brutal nose, guys. Pretty brutal nose. So we went through Larissa's plastic surgery to get that nose attached to her face on this episode. And Eriki, the new boyfriend, definitely treated her like she was recovering from a major car accident. And I guess we were supposed to feel sympathy for that. I didn't feel any sympathy for that. She didn't have a deviated septum to get the nose job. And I thought her boobs were perfectly fine. In fact, I liked her before she had the surgery. Some people you go, oh, you know what? If that bothered you, go ahead and do that. She borrowed this money, and apparently she paid more than $30,000 for the surgeries that she's had, according to the internet. I don't have an exact amount, but they said upwards of $75,000, which is a lot of money for surgery. I don't know. Pornhub is free. Exactly. You could go to Pornhub for free. Why are you going to pay Larissa? But apparently, and we know this from the show, Larissa has 2 children in Brazil that she says, when I have enough money, I would like to bring them over. The aunt has custody of one. Her father is watching her daughter. Why not take that money if you're going to spend that money and bring your children here to be with you, as opposed to get boobies and the new nose for my face? Why wouldn't you do that? That sounded a little Russian. I don't know. That sounded a little Russian. Speaking of a little Russian, we're going to go to the Ukraine now. Let's talk about David and Lana. Now, someone brought this to my inbox, which I didn't know. And we've all been searching in our group for David's alleged bowling record, as he claims to be a professional bowler, but yet stumbled as he bowled. I don't know about that. Some of my pals in the group here, we've been searching. David's name is David Murphy. If you guys have any idea of how to search for bowling records in foreign countries, search for David Murphy, because all we can find is some dude with cricket. David is a bowling icon in the AMF. I think he's a bowling icon in his own mind, but I haven't found David's record yet. And I'm keep looking. I'm not going to stop. I think maybe I should hire a PI to do it, like a private investigator, like he hired for Lana. And speaking of which, I was brought to my attention that there is a podcaster out there. He's a YouTuber, and he actually started communicating with Lana previous to David coming out on the show and finding Lana, and Lana's in love with him, and they got engaged. Well, he found her on this dating website, and he contacted her, and her name is Svetlana, but in the thing, it's Juicy Svetka, or Sveta is the name that she is using under on these scam sites. Well, she had contacted him, and they had talked back and forth, and she was telling him he had a great smile, and she was giving him the same routine that David's been falling into for 7 years. Well, eventually she kind of started figuring it out. He tried to set up a chat, a video chat with her, so that he would be able to kind of say, okay, so did you break up with David? Like, he wanted the scoop, he wanted the tea, but she figured him out, and they went back and forth. One of his friends set up an account to try to speak with her, and he said he was 54, he lived in California, blah, 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 blah. She figured that out too. So once she figured out, when he released the video on YouTube saying, I found her and she hit on me, David, this is not an exclusive situation for you. Once she found this out, she went and created fake gay, because she thinks that's an insult, which it's not, but she created these gay profiles and tried to link them back to him using pictures she found on his Instagram, because she wanted to say that he was the scam artist and not her, because she got caught in a scam. She has many different, if you look up that name, she has many, many, many different sites where she gets money. And David has given over $100,000. Some of these sites are pay sites. The one David used is a pay site. So she's got to be making some back off this. Now, they are not together. And David stated, currently, we are not together, blah, 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 blah. He said he's had numerous girlfriends in the Ukraine, but these guys consider these women on this site winking at them or inboxing them to be their girlfriends. So do we ever think David really had 30 to 100 Ukrainian girlfriends? I don't think so. Do I think David's furniture is from 1979 and he hasn't dusted it? Yeah, that I'll believe. Do I think David's a professional bowler? No. Do I think he was an IT guy that worked for the government and now he's retired? Yeah, his LinkedIn says that. David needs to leave Rusev's wife alone. She's Bobby Lashley. Exactly. If you're a wrestling fan, like we've been making a lot of connections between the name Lana and the jumping around of Svetlana from 90 Day Fiance. Guys, there's no way this woman took this man seriously. And rumor has it too that this guy is tight with the coin, as you can tell by his furniture and his 1970s dirty hairdryer. He is very tight with his money. He doesn't like to spend a lot of money. And rumor on the street is that TLC ended up actually having to buy him clothes because he had lost a lot of weight and none of his clothes fit. And they ended up having to get him clothes and shirts to wear so he would be presentable for TV. You see the way his house is, where he says he has a lot of money. That's none of my business. But David, I don't think so. I don't think it comes up like he has a lot of cash, but you know what? Good for him. He's looking for $300,000 RVs. I salute you, brother. You go out there and see America or go over there and see Ukraine, but please stop sending money to people that are scamming you. I want to know why David is so confrontational. Does it have to do with the fact that maybe in the back of his head, he knows he's been scammed? Does he know that they've been scamming him and just out of like loneliness or a sheer desire to have this beautiful woman that he wants to pay for it? Yeah, David does pay for it. It's not that's what's up. He has to know these women are scamming him, guys. Am I right? Am I right? They have to know. Because honestly, like you don't think that these beautiful women are coming over here from anything other than, remember, what was her name, Antifa? Or she came over and she wanted money too. Yes, you're right. I think this is my friend Jen on here. She says that they want a trophy wife at any cost. And you know what? It's great if you can have a trophy wife. It's wonderful if you can have that pretty sexy wife that you always wanted. But guys, at the end of the day, like, don't you want to have somebody that you have a connection with? It's the same thing with the Andre situation. It is her. See, I knew it was Jen. Guys, that's Jen in the chat there. A good friend of mine. She's known me since I was a little smart ass in high school. She's in the chat, and I'm going to have her on the show eventually. She's dealing with some break issues today. So she's in the chat with us, though, listening. Guys, seriously, I'd rather have a connection with somebody, and you can meet somebody online and have a connection. My husband and I started talking over Facebook. We had a lot of mutual friends, and we had met each other in passing at wrestling shows, but we started really having a conversation on Facebook, and that's how we got together. You can form a relationship with somebody by having a very good conversation. We're having our wedding anniversary, our 6-year wedding anniversary is Sunday. We've been together 11 years. It's possible, but if you're judging somebody on just the way they looked, or because they're from a certain country, or because you think you can snag them because you're dangling that green card, you're probably not going to get a very good relationship at the end of the day. It's probably not going to happen. So you want to make yourself aware of these type of situations when they happen. And David, I'm sorry that you're in this situation, brother. I'm sorry that you don't bowl very good either. If anybody can find this man's bowling records, slide into my DMs. I want to see him bowl. I have looked everywhere. I want to see him bowl because what he did on the show, my grandfather was a 300 game bowler. No, sorry. My pop puts you to shame, brother. My pop puts you to shame. So we went over that. Now, I got a bit of juicy information for you guys. Juicy information for you guys. Here's the deal, okay? Azan and Nicole. You guys remember Azan from Monaco. His real name is Hassan. Yeah, he gutter balls a lot. He almost fell over, by the way, rolling that ball. Oh, my God. Like, please, dude, you could not be a professional bowler. Anyway, I digress. Azan and Nicole have popped up in the news a lot lately. People are rumoring around that Nicole is going to come back for another season. She got stuck in Morocco during the COVID-19, and her daughter, May, who is just a beautiful little girl, and I love the name May, she was here in the United States, and she went over there and was stuck there for 5 months. 5 months. So she was saying, oh, don't mother shame me. I wanted to take the cheap flight to see the love of my life. And they were cheap because of COVID. Well, I wonder why they were cheap because of COVID. So she got stuck in Morocco for 5 months. And I felt, well, at least she got to spend that 5 months with her fiance. And maybe they would build a better relationship than it seems that they have on the show. However, Nicole did not stay with Azan in Morocco. Nicole stayed in an Airbnb, guys. She stayed at a rental Airbnb. And there are rumors floating around of why this is, because she has stayed in different places with him for their short trips in the past, but she's missed vacations. She's missed all these things that they've set up, trips that they set up. Here is what I hear. This is the rumor on the street. Now, when I can confirm it, I will bring it to you. TLC hasn't confirmed it, and I mind this is a rumor on the street. The rumor on the street is that Azan is married with 3 children. And who is he married to? His own cousin. He is rumored to be married to his own cousin. In addition to that, you guys remember the $5,000 to $6,000 that Nicole gave him for the store that they were supposed to open a makeup store. Do you know what that went to? His divorce fund. Supposedly went to his divorce fund. Did you remember the trip to Grenada that they did not take? There was a family emergency. Do you guys know what the family emergency was? His youngest child being born. So, yeah, what kind of money does TLC give them to travel? You know, they're supposedly they don't give them money to travel. I would beg to differ that I'm assuming that they do. They pay them not very much. They get $1,000 to $2,000 per episode, maybe a little more. Now, if you go on and you're popular and whatever, you get more money. They get more money to go on the tell-all. They get sometimes around $4,000 or $5,000 to do the tell-all. But if you figure, you're thinking people, a TV series making $100,000, whatever. What does she do for a living? Absolutely nothing. She does nothing. She works for TLC. As far as I know, that's all that she does. She had lost her place to live and had moved back in with her mother and stepfather. So she has nothing. But she did these little side jobs or whatever. Money from TLC comes in. So she takes that money and, she gives that money away. Jen says she needs that job. Funny thing is, my husband, who is my husband, thinks he needs to go on 90 Day Fiance. Now, why my husband thinks he needs to go on 90 Day Fiance, I have no idea. But if you guys tune into the Big Vito brand audio podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you'll be able to hear our show, Mr. versus Mrs. And this past week, Vito explained why he thinks that he should go on 90 Day Fiance. And I tell him why I think he shouldn't, aside from him already being married for many years. But I digress again. It would be a good story. You could be, working for TLC or whatever. The people that are in the foreign countries do not get paid. They do not pay them. They're not permitted to. Now, if they film in your country, they can pay you because that's working in your own country. But the U.S. will not allow them to be paid when they don't have a green card from here. So they do not get paid for their appearance here, their appearance on the tell-alls. They don't get paid for those things. So the people that are in the foreign countries kind of get a rip. They don't get paid. But if Azan has a wife and 3 kids who happens to be his cousin and he took the money and he's going to get a divorce, what's going to happen from here? She recently addressed the fact that he doesn't post any pictures of her on social media by saying, well, he just doesn't think that that's something that you do when you're together. Now, your social media obviously is supposed to represent your life, the life that you present to people in public. Excuse me, I forgot my water. It's supposed to present to the people that are in public what your life is like. And according to him, no, you don't. But I think the bottom line to that is it's not because he doesn't want to share his life. I think it's because he has a wife and 3 kids. So we have to wait and see how this pans out. I would much rather watch this on 90 Day Fiance because that Jenny and Submit was exciting when the family pulled him out when he was married. Now they're doing the divorce thing. And now we're hearing more about how she was staying at the parents' house and he was upstairs and they didn't know they were together. Is Big Vito going to talk about his shoe size again? Yes, he always talks about his shoe size. My husband wears a size 15 shoe. And you know what they say about big shoes? Big socks. So I'm sure he will come on, and he wanted to come on and be with us tonight, but he had a meeting, so he's not here. But he's starting to get into the 90 Day Fiance thing and getting excited. And, he was an old Mob Wives guy. He loved Mob Wives. He knew a lot of those women from Staten Island, and he used to go to Big Angie's bar, and he knew all them. So he used to watch that. So he needs a new reality show to get into. So I've been filling him in on the this and that about 90 Day Fiance, and he's really into it. So maybe he'll come on, talk about his shoe size and talk about his absolute favorite 90 Day Fiance people. But he was very intrigued by some of the stories he was hearing. And our good friend, Duke of Wrestling, he said that Big Vito should challenge Big Ed in a big off. So maybe we'll be able to arrange that. Everybody tweet Big Ed. Instagram Big Ed. Tell him to come on and face Big Vito in a big off. I don't know what that is, but I'll invent something. We'll have him on. It'll be kind of funny. I definitely have been talking to different people from the show, different people I've been making friends with. I know a lot of people in the reality TV business. So I'm hoping that we're going to have some of the people on the show with us, which would be great. I love Annie and David. They're very nice people. There's been a lot of people that, as I've learned from doing the Vito is the GOAT. He is. Look at him in the background there in that picture. He's so cute. Excuse the button. Anyway, I've learned by doing these reality TV review shows that some of the people that the TV presents to you are definitely not the same that you get in person. The people that I thought were going to be the bad guy that were created on TV turned out to be people that I actually turned into friends with. And the people that I thought were good actually turned out to be real a-holes. So I'm interested in finding out that maybe David is like a bang ass bowler. Like maybe he's awesome. Maybe he's the nicest guy on the planet. But for me, so far, he's not doing it. He's not doing it for me, but maybe he's awesome. Maybe Nicole's not as naive as she appears. Maybe she knows all these things. I don't know, but I'm going to reach out to him, hoping to come back every Tuesday here with you guys for at least 30 to 40 minutes to talk, maybe longer. I want to bring people on for interviews. I want you guys to come on with me. And the last thing that I want to talk about is, I was going to talk more in detail, but because Jen's not on the air with me and she's in the chat, when Jen comes on the air, we'll talk about it. I once had set up an interview with Danielle when I was on the Realm Network. Now, you remember Danielle and Muhammad. They were kind of the ones that kicked things off. David gives me the chills. Yeah, he's a mess. And you remember them. They were it's okay, Jen, you're busy. I'll bring you on. Trust me, we're going to keep going with the show. Danielle was supposed to come on the show. And I felt bad for her because this is right the time where Muhammad came out and said, oh, you do smell. Oh, you do this. You do that. You lie. You this. And I thought, what a jerk. I'm going to have her on the show and I'm going to have her tell her side on the Realm Network. So I invited her on. And right away she goes, I would love to do it. I can record this night because I'm going to school and I don't have these nights available. So I moved everything around in my schedule just to accommodate everything. I moved everything around just to accommodate her coming on the show. I send her the link. I get nothing. I send her the link. I get nothing. Jen's in there. She's trying to get her to come on. She's trying to, I finally snapped. And like I said, we'll go into more detail when Jen comes on, but I finally ended up snapping. And I said, I quit reality TV. It was so bad, the back and forth. Yeah, it was her technical difficulty. She couldn't log into this account. She couldn't do that. It was ridiculous. But I'm going to have Jen on and we're going to discuss it in detail. But she made me quit reality TV. Hello, my friends at Voice of Misery podcast. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. So Danielle was so bad and dealing with her was such drama that she actually made me for 2 years quit reality TV podcasting. I quit. I didn't even watch reality TV for a while. And then I started getting back into it. And I said, you know what? I can't let this woman that is such a train wreck cancel me. I can't let this happen. So I came back on the air to bring you guys 90 Day Fiance. And then what do I see? Danielle is filming again. And she is going to come back on TLC. So do I give her another opportunity to come back on? Do I give her another opportunity to come back on? Maybe no. I don't know. The technical difficulty drove me insane because it was, oh, I can't log into this. Oh, I can't do that. And then I remembered Muhammad saying like she would lie about things or she didn't pay the phone bill or she didn't do this or that. And I thought, you know what? This woman's full of shit. Like she's completely full of shit. Jen, you think I should offer her to come back on the show live and then we could talk to her? Jen lives close. She'll drive to her. Jen, you're now my technical consultant for the show. If anybody has problems, I am sending you over there. Mama June will probably be on 90 Day Fiance. Mama June should probably dump homeboy that she's with right now and get somebody from overseas. Although she seriously says she spent all of her money on crack, like all of it. She sold her house. She spent over $100,000. Gino is her fiance. They're supposedly engaged. Oh my God. What a mess, right, guys? Really, what a mess. Like, Vito always likes to tease me and call me Honey Boo Boo because it just pisses me off. He says I'm Honey Boo Boo. So I'm like, no way, I'm not Honey Boo Boo. And then I tell him, well, you love Honey Boo Boo's mom. So me and his sister, Lily Fox, were going to get him. We were going to get him a cameo from Mama June, but I couldn't get one in time because she was all rehabbing up and everything. We were going to get it for his birthday and have her come on and like hit on him a little bit, which I thought would be hysterical. And I may still do it. But yeah, that's Vito's girl, Mama J, baby. Mama J. That show, I like that show, but man, are they a mess. Like, it makes me feel good about life. Like, okay, I might not be able to walk and everything, but at least I didn't spend $100K on crack. That's and what is up with Honey Boo Boo's dad, Sugar Bear? Like, what is up with him? Like, that women lead him around by the front of his face. Like, seriously, dude, man up a little bit. I mean, I realize he's probably about that tall, but seriously, man up a little bit, dude. Don't let his wife is just. She's just a nasty person. You vomit a little bit because Big Vito loves Mama June. Big Vito does not like skinny girls. He'll be mad I said that, but he doesn't. I don't know why he got with me. I was always really small. When he met me, I weighed 90 pounds. For Vito, he likes big girls. And that's his choice, whatever. That's the way it is. I'll be her fiance and be Honey Boo Boo's stepdad. Bro, go get it. Go get that girl. Be Honey Boo Boo's stepdad. Walk around the house in her crown and her sash. Do your thing. Get out there and get that girl. Honey Boo Boo's mom needs saving, guys. Let's riot. Do you guys watch other shows? We had to give this show a chance. I heard a lot about it. The 90 Day Fiance, dude, seriously, watch 90 Day Fiance. You will love this show. We are obsessed. We are obsessed with the show. Me and Shelly Martinez, you guys probably know Shelly Martinez from WWE. She watches religiously too. She loves Stacy and Darcy. She thinks they're hysterical. So that's her people. So we talk about that and I love it. But I also watch a lot of other reality shows. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of thing me and Vito do. I watch My 600-Pound Life with my sister, Dr. E. She's been on the shows with us before. We love that show. So, there'll be times we come on, we talk about other things, we talk about other shows. But 90 Day Fiance, that's my go-to, guys. That is my go-to show. I love Pillow Talk. I love Happily Ever After. I love The Other Way. I love it all. So every Tuesday night, we're going to come back here with you guys and we're going to talk. And I thank all you guys for joining me. I feel like, wow, this is like my first podcast I did by myself in a long time. I love Pillow Talk. Annie and David are my bomb on Pillow Talk. I love them. This is my first time doing a solo podcast. I usually have a partner, but I felt really good about this. Guys, if you want to come on the show, DM me, inbox me, let me know. Check us out on social media under the Big Vito brand. Also, make sure if you're not in there, join the 90 Day Fiance group therapy. Oh, I'm very entertained. Yes, please subscribe. Don't forget, there's a little subscription button around here somewhere. If you're on Amazon Prime, you get it for free. And they're also having the 30% off sale. Subscribe. Help the Big Vito brand. I want to do more of these shows. I want to bring more people on. We're going to do interviews with some of the people on the show. But I feel really good. I got in here. I pounded it out. I wore my Boy George hat. I'm down. I'm into it. So I'm going to be back here every Tuesday. Again, check us out on social media at the Big Vito brand. Check us out on Twitter. We're also on the Vince Russo brand on Mondays with Mr. versus Mrs. on Big Vito Audio on Mondays with Mr. versus Mrs. As well as streaming right here on Twitch. We play video games. We stream live shows. We stream from Disney World. Harry Barnett, thank you for joining. Roasting. They're going to be roasting David on Facebook. We're still trying to find his bowling record. So make sure you subscribe. Click the subscribe button. At least click the follow button. That's around here somewhere too. Follow it. You'll get a notification when we go live. And you can also check us out on your Alexa devices. And we've been added to Amazon Music podcast streaming service. So you can follow the Big Vito brand on there. Vito, Vito is in a meeting. He actually just tried to call me. He's actually at a meeting. I know it's a little late, but he had a late meeting tonight, so he wasn't on the show. But he'll pop in from time to time and chat with us. And guys, I'm going to let you all go. I love talking with you. Let's come back here for a little more group therapy with Dr. Noel Harlow Lagrasso, 90 Day Fiance group therapy. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.